Well, she's going to help feed the world. That's right, feed the world. An Ashburton student will be joining international delegates in Australia next week. They're aiming to find ways to feed the world's growing population.
It's a somewhat exciting time for Sarah Tate, being chosen as part of a New Zealand youth agricultural delegation.
There was an extra opportunity for a New Zealander to go along to represent our delegation as well, and I was lucky enough to be chosen.
She's heading across the ditch to be part of a 7-strong team of Kiwi leaders to discuss an ever-growing problem. More than 100 other young delegates from 33 countries will make their way to Canberra next week to discuss the issue of feeding the world.
We're going to be basically talking about the challenges and possible solutions that we have in front of us with food insecurity.
The conference is made up of guest speakers from government organisations and a chance for delegates everywhere to have their say on the growing issue. The 24-year-old studied at Lincoln University and now specialises in the agricultural sector here in Canterbury, and now hopes to share her knowledge with the rest of the world.
There are such an array of challenges, but the ones that I work closest to are the agricultural production issues, which includes on-farm agronomy to food production, but also looking after the product that we produce post-harvest, so that comes down to storage, supply chain, distribution, and really looking after that quality.
Other countries taking part in the global summit include China, the United States and Canada. And she says it's not just the developing countries dealing with the struggle.
In the developed world, we have more issues, overconsumption, portion sizes, we're throwing away food, and that is leading to huge problems.
By 2050, the world's population is expected to grow by nearly 2 billion people. And she says now's the time to find ways to make it easier for everyone, especially in agriculture.
But there are some really simple and safe agricultural technologies that we could take to some of these communities that essentially we could teach the teachers to be able to let those messages infiltrate throughout those communities, whether or not it's better irrigation management or better use of soil resources to avoid soil erosion.
Sarah says if modern agricultural techniques are put in place, the problem could help improve the situation overseas.
What opportunities we have in front of us is that we have the ability to intensify the agricultural land that we already have. So we needn't panic about going and cutting down rainforests. We could employ some really sensible and sustainable agricultural techniques to actually make some of this land more economic, more profitable, much more sustainable environmentally, and we can support some of our farming families much better.
The conference is set to run for 4 days next week, with Sarah hoping to trade her wealth of knowledge with the rest of the world. Jared McCulloch, CTV News.